everyone, it's Dannii. So today I'm going to be filming a video which is a little bit different for me. I'm not actually sure if I've done a video like this before, but I'm going to be filming a beauty haul, which obviously is a standard video for me, but I'm going to be throwing in a first impressions tutorial so that you can see the products on and I can have a play around with them for the first time on camera so you can really see my true opinion of them, and yeah, it can just be a bit of a fun chatty video. So I'll get straight into it and I hope you enjoy it. So I've got a pretty big box of stuff to show you from Cult Beauty and Space NK, I think that's it. But yeah, so first things first is this primer which I got from Space NK. It is the Sunday Riley Effortless Breathable Tinted Primer, and I actually got this probably just before Christmas, so I've had it for a little while now and I have used it a couple of times, but I haven't shown it on my YouTube before, so I thought I'd include it in this video. And it's a really lovely primer. It's kind of moisturising but also priming, and it also has a little bit of a tint to it, so you could use this as a tinted moisturiser on days where you just want really light coverage, and you can kind of just use it with concealer just to even out your skin a little bit, or you can use it like I do most days, which is underneath my foundation, just so I don't have to use as much foundation, and it does help my makeup to stay on all day. So yeah, it comes in a bottle like this, a pump bottle, and I have the medium shade. I think there are 3 shades, but I went for the medium because I didn't want one which was going to be too dark. So I just rub it in with fingers because it's kind of like a moisturiser consistency, so I don't see the point in using a brush, but it just feels so nice on the skin. It leaves the skin feeling so smooth and soft, and it doesn't really give coverage as such, it just evens out your skin, which is just really nice, and it doesn't feel heavy at all. As the name suggests, it is really breathable, so I really do recommend it. It is quite pricey. I think it was £38, so yeah, quite pricey for a primer, but if you do like your high-end beauty bits, then I would say this is one to add to your list to buy. I didn't have any new foundations to show you, so I just used an old favourite of mine, which is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation SPF 15, and I have the shade Warm Natural 4.5, and I love this foundation. I've had it for ages. I think I got it about a year ago. It was either last Christmas or the Christmas before, so yeah, I really love it, and I used my Kevyn Aucoin foundation brush to apply it, as always. So moving on to concealer, and I picked up the Becca, what's it called? Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and this is obviously a corrector, not a concealer, and it's really strange. It's kind of like a pinky peachy colour, not skin tone at all, so you would need to put concealer on top of this to kind of even out the shade, but it's meant to kind of correct your under eyes and get rid of dark circles and any discoloration around your face and things like that. So I'm going to try this out, see what it's like. I normally just go straight for concealer and I don't use a corrector underneath, but if it means less concealer then it can only be a good thing. So I'm just going to apply it to my face with my fingers, and oh my god, it's really sunny. So I'm just going to apply this to my face with my fingers and then blend it out with my Raw Techniques setting brush. Okay, so first impressions, I've just applied this to my face and it looks really different to how it did on the Cult Beauty website. On the website it was like an orange corrector, so I don't know if I've been sent the wrong product or I accidentally bought the wrong product, but I wasn't expecting it to be this colour because it's kind of like a whitish pink, which I'm not sure how that'll be, but I mean, I'll try it out anyway. So I think I'm actually, because of the shade, I'm just going to blend it with my fingers. Okay, so personally for me, I think this product is way too pale, and it does do a little bit of correcting, but I mean, the concealer I use is really good anyway and does a good job at correcting my dark circles, so I don't think this kind of product is the best for me and my skin tone, but if you are quite pale, then I do think this would work. I'm going to have a look online and see if they have sent me the wrong product or if I've ordered the wrong product, and in which case I will let you know on the screen. But anyway, I'm not too impressed because it is kind of just a bit too pale on me and it doesn't seem to be covering evenly, so a bit disappointed in that, but hey ho. So moving on to concealer, and I don't have a new one to show you, so I'm going to be using my favourite NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, and I am going to blend that one out with the Raw Techniques setting brush. So that's concealer done, and I do feel like because of the corrector it does look a little bit too pale for me, so I'm going to have to warm up my face quite a bit with bronzer just to even everything out. But anyway, that's what happens when you try out new products. So moving on to the next thing, let me have a rummage. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. This is the Heal Gel Eye, and this is kind of like an eye cream gel kind of thing. I got this on Cult Beauty. They do also sell it in Space NK, I believe. And this is just kind of like a really nice, lightweight eye gel. It feels really nice. I used it for the first time today, and it's just really nice and lightweight, but it does really moisturize your under eyes, and it has a kind of silicone-y consistency, so it really smooths out your under eyes and leaves them all prepped for your makeup. So yeah, I do really like this. I'm really impressed. It did feel really moisturising and nice as well. So moving back onto the makeup, and the next thing I picked up from Cult Beauty was the Anastasia Beverly Hills, or Anastasia, I don't know how you pronounce it, Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. Oh my god, I have no idea how to pronounce anything, but this is in the shade Dark Brown, and you have all probably heard of this, and it's just an eyebrow product, and I really wanted to try this for ages, but I kind of put it off because I have quite a lot of eyebrow products to use up. I've got my Bobbi Brown eyebrow kit, which is like 2 powders, and then I have 2 eyebrow pencils, so I kind of felt like I didn't need this, but the eyebrow pencils are running low, so I thought I'll buy this as a bit of a replacement for the eyebrow pencils if I want something a bit stronger than a powder. So yeah, I got the shade Dark Brown, which I think should be okay for me. It's kind of a bit lighter than my hair at the top, but obviously a lot darker than my hair at the bottom, so I thought I'd go for a bit of a middle ground so that my hair didn't look too weird against the eyebrow product. And then to go along with that, to apply it, I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush. This is, it says number 7, I don't know what it's actually called, but it's just their double-ended eyebrow brush, so we'll see how this goes. So from what I've heard, you really don't need a lot of this product, so I'm just going to kind of dip the brush in and then smudge it on the back of the lid, which is what most people seem to do, and then obviously brush out my brows first. I think I'm going to need a close-up mirror for this one. Okay, I've got a mirror, so I'm just going to try and apply this now for the first time. Oh my god. Okay, so one eyebrow done, and you can see the difference. I do really like it. It's kind of different to get used to using a potted gel product like this because oh my god, the sun. Because as I was saying, because I'm so used to using a powder or an eyebrow pencil, it's quite different for me to get used to using a potted product like this, which is creamy, but it is nice and I do like it, and I'll definitely get used to using it, and I like how it looks. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. I think dark brown was a good shade for me. And it's not as scary to use as people made out. I thought you literally needed the tiniest bit of product, but I kind of didn't have to be too careful. I did brush off a little bit of my brush, but I found that it was quite easy to get the right amount for me. So I'm just going to do the other brow now off camera so you don't have to watch me do my eyebrows for another 10 minutes. So that's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade applied to my eyebrows, and I really like it. It's going to take some getting used to, but I think I'll just love it even more as I learn how to use it properly. So I definitely recommend that one. And I just set my brows in place with, where is it? With the Bobbi Brown Natural Brow Shaper in the clear version, just as always because I need to set my brows. And then I don't have a new bronzer to show you, so I'm just going to use the Jouer Mattifying Powder Bronzer in Sunswept, which is an old favourite. I've had it for quite a while now, but it's just a really nice natural bronzer shade. So I'm going to apply that with this NARS brush. I have no idea what this is called, but I will link it down below because it's a really good brush for kind of all cheek products. And I'm just kind of applying this all over my face just to warm it up after using that really pale corrector. So the next thing I'm going to use isn't really recent, but I did buy it about a month ago, similar time to when I bought the Sunday Riley primer, and it's the Becca Afterglow palette. I don't know if this is still available, but I did order it online from Space NK, and it's just got loads of really lovely shades. So it's got a Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, a Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Gold, a Shimmering Skin Perfector in Topaz, a mineral blush in Wild Honey, and a mineral blush in Flower Child, which I do have. So, and I have tried Moonstone in the liquid version, which is really lovely. So I'm just going to actually use this for the blushes, and then I do have another highlighter to show you. So I think I'm going to use Wild Honey for my blusher today, which is this one right here. And I'm going to use the mirror because it's a bit closer up than my mirror I've got. And this palette is really nice if you like kind of really nice shimmery, natural looking products, because everything has a little bit of shimmer and is just quite lightweight, but the highlighters do really highlight. So yeah, this is definitely a good palette if you are one that likes the natural glowy highlighted look with a little bit of colour. And one thing I will say is that the pans are a little bit small, so I'm finding that when I'm applying this blush, it is getting a little bit of the next blush on the brush as well, which I don't mind because they are both really nice colours, but that is one to look out for if you want to use a big brush like this. So moving back onto the actual haul, and the next thing I bought was from Space NK, and it is the Becca Jaclyn Hill highlighter in Champagne Pop. And I've wanted this for so long, but because I have quite a lot of highlighters, I didn't really bother to order it, but then I just caved and I had a Space NK voucher and also some Space NK points, so I thought now was the perfect time to get it, and I haven't used it yet or even opened it, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like. Okay, so it's in standard Becca packaging, which I love. I really like this packaging. It's quite different, and I like that it's kind of a soft browny shade at the back, which is very similar to the NARS packaging texture, and then it's got the silver on the front, and the highlight itself is so beautiful. It's a really nice warm highlight, but not too warm that it looks bronzy. It just makes the highlight look less stark, I imagine. So yeah, I'm going to try this out and see what it's like. To apply that, I did order a new brush from Cult Beauty, and this is the Morph brush in M556, and I don't know what this is actually called or what it's meant to be for, but I thought this would be nice for contouring and highlighting and under eye powder, so I'm going to try and use it for my highlight today. Okay, so this highlight is definitely quite noticeable, but in a good way. It's not like a really light highlight, so I don't find that it looks too powdery or caked on when you apply a lot, because it's quite a natural colour, so it just leaves you with a really nice sheen. And I am going to apply more because I'm crazy and I love highlighting. And I'm just also going to apply a little bit, whoa, sun again, I'm just going to apply a little bit to the sort of bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow, because why not? So yeah, that's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop, and I would definitely recommend it if you can get your hands on it. It is £32, which is quite expensive, but in terms of high-end makeup, it's not too expensive, and I definitely think it's worth it. And I am someone who tends to buy only high-end makeup. I don't know why. It's not that I don't like drugstore makeup, but I feel like I know what I'm getting with high-end, and that 99% of the time I do always love it. So moving on to eyes, and I do have two eyeshadow palettes to show you, and the first one is more of a all over face palette. It's got a bit of everything, so I'll show you that one first because I'm probably not going to use it today. So the palette in question is the Laura Mercier Masterclass Colour Essentials collection, and this is a really beautiful palette. It was a limited edition Christmas palette, I believe. I got this in the Space NK sale for £40 instead of £80, so I was ecstatic about that because I was going to buy it before Christmas full price, so I'm so glad that I waited. But I'm not sure if it's still available. I will link it down below if I can find it anywhere, but it just has so many things in. I'll open it and show you. So this is the palette. It comes in kind of a leather box style shape, and it's got the leopard print strip along here, so you can see where to open it. So you just flip this bit up and then open this bit down, and you've got the first layer, which has the really big mirror and then the eyeshadows. And there's so many eyeshadows. There's 4, 8, 12 eyeshadows, and 6 of them are cool toned and 6 of them are warm toned, and I really like the mixture of eyeshadows in here. I think you could create really wearable daytime looks, or you could create really fun looks, or you could create really nice smoky eyes, and yeah, it's just really great, and there's really endless possibilities with what you could create. So yeah, there's that layer, and then you open it up, and underneath there is the second layer, which has 3 blushes, Okay, so one YouTube tip I will tell you is that filming in natural light is usually quite disastrous and it is really annoying and you have to stop when the light shines too bright. But because it is winter and there is hardly ever any sunlight, I wanted to actually use it for a change. So I'm not sure where I got to before the light blinded me, but this is the second layer of the palette. So there are 3 blusher shades and then these 2 shades which I think are kind of meant to be used as eyeliners. So I think you wet the brush and then use these as eyeliners, which is quite cool, and I guess you could use the top one as an eyebrow shade. And then there is actually a pencil eyeliner which is in black, and then 2 brushes so that you can use them with the eyeshadows. So yeah, I think this is really cool and I will definitely be getting good use out of this, but I'm not going to use it today because obviously I've done my whole face other than my eyeshadow. So the other palette I got was from Cult Beauty, and this is the Becca Ombre Rouge Eye Palette, and I saw this on Hello October, Susie's channel I believe, and I just had to have it, so I ordered it. And yeah, I'm so happy I did. I haven't actually had a proper look at it yet, but I did take it out of the box just to look at the colours, and it is so pretty. So it's the same kind of shape as the cheek palette that I showed you earlier. It's just in this really nice, shiny, brownish coloured packaging, and it's got, how many shades? 5 shades. So the shades are all matte, but I do think they have a little bit of a sheen to them, and they range from a really light bone colour to a really dark smoky brown colour, so you can kind of create a really natural day look with this, or a really nice smoky eye for the evening. And I think these eyeshadows would look really great on their own if you want a matte look, or you could pair them with some shimmery eyeshadows and make a really nice sparkly smoky eye. So I washed my eyeshadow brushes and the rest of my brushes for the first time in ages because I wanted to truly see what these colours were like without having millions of other eyeshadows blended in with them. So I'm going to start off by using the second lightest shade all over the lid, and I'm just going to use my H&M eyeshadow brush with that. And actually, before I apply that, I think I'm just going to apply a little bit of my MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork, which is just a really nice light brown kind of shade, and it just really evens out my eyelids and adds a little bit of colour. Okay, so back onto the eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. And I think it's actually quite a similar shade to the MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork, but maybe a little bit lighter and a little bit more reddy. Or maybe actually a little bit more pinky. And first impressions, these eyeshadows are really nice and soft and smooth and buttery, as YouTubers seem to say. And yeah, I really like them. They're blending really well, and they seem to be really nice shades from what I've seen from this one. So I've just applied that all over the lid, and now I'm going to go for the second darkest shade and apply that into the crease. And I'm just using my MAC 217 brush. And this colour is kind of a similar shade to MAC Interrupted, which is one of my favourite eyeshadows, but I'd say this is a little bit more brown and a little bit less orange. So that's that all applied in the crease, and then I'm going to apply it under the lower lash line with the MAC 239 brush. And then before I apply the next eyeshadow, I'm just going to blend it out with my NARS brush. This is number 42, I don't actually know what it's called, but it's a really good blending brush. So that's that all blended, and then I'm going to take the darkest shade and just apply that in the outer corner just for a little bit more definition. So that's eyeshadow all done, and I absolutely love this palette. I'm so glad I have it, and I know I'll get so much use out of it, so good purchase. Okay, so that's kind of it for the beauty haul from Space & K and Cult Beauty, but I did pick up this mascara probably about 2 months ago now, but I haven't tried it yet, so I thought I'd try it today, and it is the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara in extra black. And yeah, I haven't tried this before, so I thought I would try it and see if it's a good alternative to my Kevyn Aucoin one, which I love but is really expensive, because it'd be good to find something that isn't quite so expensive. So first impressions, the brush is teeny tiny and doesn't really look like it's going to do anything, but I have heard great things about this, so we will see. Okay, wow, so I've just applied a really tiny bit, and the mascara is really clinging to the lashes really well, which shows that it's going to make my lashes really long and voluminous. Okay, so I actually really like this mascara, but it's kind of making my eyelashes look quite straight, so I do think if I use this I will need to invest in an eyelash curler. Okay, so we'll see if it's good for bottom eyelashes as well. Okay, so first impressions, I do really like it, but I do think you have to be careful not to apply too much, because I normally go in with about 2 or 3 coats of mascara sometimes if I want really thick, voluminous lashes, but with this one it seems like one coat and that's it. But it might just be because it's new and obviously it's quite wet still, but it is starting to clump up a little bit on my eyelashes because I did apply a little bit too much. But other than that, it's a really good budget-friendly option for a mascara. And then finally, moving on to lips, I'm going to be using an old favourite, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk. And I haven't used this properly for quite a while because I didn't have a pencil sharpener for lip liners for some reason. I just never used to use lip liners, so I never had a sharpener for them, but now I use them all the time. I had to get myself a sharpener, so I picked up this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I just kind of picked this up because I was already ordering from Cult Beauty, so I thought I would just pick up this one because they had it on there. So yes, I can finally sharpen my lip liner and actually use it for a change. Okay, so nice and sharp, I'm just going to use this to line my lips and then I'll go in with my lipstick. And this is a really nice colour if you want a really natural nude lip liner, which is just going to enhance your lips but not make them look really dark or anything like that. And then finally, lipstick. I'm going to be using this one, which is the Giorgio Armani, what's it called? Lip Maestro in 202, which is just a really nice nude shade, which I've been loving at the moment. I did get this quite recently, so I guess kind of counts as part of the haul. So in terms of nudes, I'd say this one is kind of like a browny true nude kind of shade. It's a little bit darker than usual nudes, but that's perfect for me because my skin tone doesn't really suit really light nudes, so this is kind of the nude that I normally go for and I love it. So that's it for the video, and this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed this style of video. Do give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and if you found some products which you want to pick up. And do let me know if you have any of these products and what you think of them, because I'd just love to hear your opinions on them too. Oh, and also do let me know in the comments your favourite makeup product at the moment, because I'd love to try even more new things and know what you're loving. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to see more of my videos and check out the down bar for all of the links. And let me know what videos you'd like to see soon and I will be sure to film them. And yeah, enough hand movements. I will see you next time. Bye! That bye was really weird and a little bit too over enthusiastic for me. So yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!